Hello YouTubers and all carbon-based units. If you know what I'm talking about when I say carbon-based units, then you have watched Star Trek The Motion Picture. It's quite an old film now. Still one of my favorites, even if it is a bit flawed. What I'm looking to discuss is not so much Star Trek, although I will probably use that. I might use that carbon-based theme from in my videos from now on if I make a few more. But in Fireball XL5, I believe there are some pre-Mandela maps, so geography changes. So we'll look at that. But Star Trek. So this is more of a fun one, really. More of an honourable mention. So spoiler alert if you haven't seen the film, because this scene is coming towards the end when they discover that Vija is, which is this massive intelligent machine satellite. Well, they only discover that towards the end, and it's not so much. Its proper name is Voyager 6. NASA did send out some real Voyagers with sort of like a gold plate record on the side. This one has the budget went way over, but the prop that you actually see where he's discovering it's where Captain Kirk is discovering it is actually one of their own probes, and it's Voyager. I don't think they spent a lot of money on it. So, so although it went over budget, it's not to say they weren't trying to save money here or there. So, but yeah, although I'd seen the films lots of times before, and I've seen some reviews recently, I just noticed this in the corner here, which is obviously a representation of Earth in various angles. The middle one is the more common type we see, more like the Mercator map. Now, I think it kind of looks like pre-Mandela to me. But to be honest, even if the prop was in front of me, I don't think they went out of their way to do it super accurate. So it we probably couldn't tell absolutely sure one way or the other. And then even if it does look pre-Mandela, they could just say, well, you could just say, which is reasonable. Well, they didn't do a lot of effort into it anyway, so it probably doesn't prove much. But yeah, it's just a fun one. It's not the main thing I want to discuss in this video. So there you go. That's Star Trek for you. Live long and prosper. What I'd like to discuss now is, here we go. Get that image. Okay. I don't know if you're familiar with Fireball XL5. It was pre-Thunderbirds. Kids space program. It was all right for its time. I mean, I only watched it recently because I was looking for various other stuff. I mean, in comparison with Thunderbirds, it's really dated. It hasn't. It's okay, I suppose. Anyway, these are two of the main stars. On their actual uniforms on XL5, I don't know if you can see it. I can't zoom in without messing up. Is the world, is the Earth globe. And you can probably just see images behind the XL5. XL2 appeared in one show, but it was just blank behind it. So you knew that they wouldn't appear in another show because that was their first and last entry. So it's only XL5 that has this. And if we... So... all the shows were in black and white, but they did colorize one. So it wasn't made in color, but they colorized it later, as technology lets us do. I can't get rid of this that thing there. But this is the end credit. And the reason why I'm showing it and making relevance in it in this video is because if we look here, North America, South America, this is the world today. This is this is a reasonably good map of the Earth. You know, I mean, it didn't have to be super accurate, but it is a reasonable one. And so ITC, the distribution company, you have to remember this is back in the 60s. No one had seen satellite. Well, you know, the 69 Apollo thing. No one had seen real pictures of Earth in space, which is not to say you probably don't have a reasonably good idea what it looks like from space. But no one. No, I know it sounds funny now because it wasn't that long ago, but there were no actual images of Earth from space. Now, this is not a typical ITC image. What seems to have happened with most of the productions at the time. So if you take Roger Moore, The Saint, when it came to doing their credits, it seems like ITC gave them the what they wanted there, but they could put it in how they wanted. So to give you an example, Universal, if you watch something with which is a Universal production, you get the credits, and right at the very end you get the Universal symbol. You get the theme, the little bit of a theme tune, the globe Earth, and Universal coming across it. So it's a standalone signature emblem symbol. Sorry. This one isn't a standalone. This was actually, as I was saying, it's actually given to whoever does the credit for the whole production. You get the credits, and this is what the Andersons made for ITC. I suppose it's because they wanted to make their own show look good, which is fair enough. But or maybe they meant it as a present for ITC. They didn't use it, probably because it resembles too much Universal. But so they didn't start making their own ITC standalone stuff till some years later, towards the end of the 60s, I think. Anyway, this is pretty good. This is actually, although the Earth still, they made this cute little rocket thing, so that goes around. That does actually move, but I'm not going to show it at the moment. My whole point of showing this really is that they knew how to do a reasonably accurate map, which is an important point. So as I said, I think the Earth's in there. Now, funnily enough, XL5 logos, most of them don't have the Earth in it. They're just plain. I can only find one that really went out of its way to put the Earth in it. And if we look at this image here, that is not a map of the world today. That is pre-Mandela. Now, yeah, if you look in here, there's the Gulf of Mexico. It's really squashed up. I've enlarged it as much as I can. If you want to get a better image, then go to Google Images. You'll probably find it there. But that's certainly not a map that we know of. It were a proper map of today. So if I I had a map ready, probably lost it now. There we go. There you go. So if this was a proper map, now you could argue, well, they're squashing it all in anyway, but South America should be more over to the right, as it is here. So to me, this is a pre-Mandela map. And I think whoever did that one did a good job of deciphering that, because that's more than I could do. And as we can see, this is compared with a globe map. It's pretty good. Obviously, this one's flat, but that's more of a 3D one on a flat image. I did a video before, Joe 90. I'm not going to go into all that now, But here's a pre-Mandela map, as opposed to what the world is today. There you go. So anyway, watching through the show, there's two images that are kind of like they're pretty much they did it the same way. So this one's from Wings of Danger, 11 minutes 58. This might look quite big in front, but it's actually the size of a bird. It was a machine they went to send to kill Steve Zodiac. Don't blame him. I would. Nah, he's a nice guy. So just going in quickly into how they're making it. So this is actually on because it's a puppet show. They've done this on wires as well. So the prop is actually in front of the camera. The world behind it is so I think this is what they call a back. I can't think of the term now. Back screen film. I forget the term right offhand. Back projection. Yeah. So it would be a blank screen. Behind the screen, there'd be a projector, which obviously you can't see, and then it project the image onto the screen, which is just about visible to come through. Now, one of the interesting, and I do think this is a pre-Mandela map, but part of the problem is they filmed it the wrong way around. So what they did is they filmed their model of the Earth, fine, went behind it to project it, but of course they should have filmed a model of the Earth back to front. So so if you were standing on the other side, it would then look the right way coming through this way. But they didn't. They filmed the model as it properly is. And so once you go around there, it's filming back to front. So what I mean is, let's bring this in again if I can. I don't know. So what I mean is so Brazil's over this side, and you've got Peru over there, and Chile down there. So this is all back to front. So Brazil's over there, Chile, and all that. They're all over here. I think they probably realised that they messed up a little bit, but either because of time constraints or money constraints or both. And bearing in mind this scene probably only lasts 10, 20 seconds, if that, they probably didn't worry about it. And they did it the same in another scene because, again, they probably figured, well, who cares? So I'll get rid of that. So why do I think this is a pre-Mandela map? Well, I believe that this is the Gulf of Mexico. There's Cuba. I'll do it this way. I don't know if you can see the cursor too well. So that's Cuba, and that's Florida. You can just about see it. So it's the Gulf of Mexico. And if you try and do a latitude line going down this way, it would be slightly curved from the angle, but it kind of cuts through South America. Again, if you do it on a modern day map, doing the latitude down line, it just about hits Ecuador. So now you could argue, well, the angle's all wrong and all that, but okay. I mean, I know this is a ruler, but if you do it down there, that works. Now, if we do a line there from Florida to Ecuador, it kind of goes that way. It doesn't work, So either they did the world very badly, which you could argue, it's a possibility, or this is a pre-Mandela map. And I think it's a pre-Mandela map. So that was in Wings of Danger, and another episode. This is Flight to Danger. I think it's the same kind of thing. They might have changed the angle slightly, but it was the same model, the same film back projection technique. The only difference is this time you got the back of Fireball XL5 in the picture going towards Earth. So okay. Excuse me. So finally, there is another image of Earth. I may when we go there, I may have to adjust the contrast, because although I can see it on the monitor quite well, the camera obviously has a harder time, so we may have to adjust it. So if you can be patient with me, here we go. Yeah, I'm going to have to adjust the contrast. Give me a second. I'm focused. No, don't mess with me. Come on. Ah, yes. That's what I want. It's not perfect, but again, this is in episode 7, XL5 to H2O, and it's 5 minutes. It was nearly 6 minutes into the show. The actual scene is where a message is going. I haven't got the audio on. Well, I've got the thing moving anyway, but there's a message going out across space, and you hear it, and Earth comes into view, and on the next second or so, it dissolves into what they call Space City, who receives the message, because it's a cool, they're in danger, whatever. But anyway, I'm not really. Has it gone out of focus again? There we go. Sorry. Let's see if I can get it. Focus could be a little bit better, but I'm going to leave it there because it's the shape I want more than anything. So here we have Earth. And I think most of us could agree that this is North America and South America, joined in between by the land bridge. So at the top of just that little bit, you'd have Mexico, and going towards the bit that joins onto South America, I think it's Panama, just about. Let's see. So anyway, again, I think you can see a reasonable difference. So again, either the artist or the prop maker was very bad, was looking at a very bad map. So where'd you get the map, or just couldn't be bothered? But this is how it should be. Now again, if we They knew how to do a map. This is in the same show at the very end, albeit in black and white, except for this episode. That they knew how to do a map. The easy explanation for me, at any rate, is this is a pre-Mandela. It's whatever caused the map changes didn't affect this episode. Why is another story, but I don't know. There's the image for yourself to see. I'd actually recommend trying to find it. Because it's not coming through on this camera great, but it's coming through enough that I think you can see that South America really is South America in the sense it's not Southeast America. So okay, I think that's all I can show you for today. I hope to do another one soon on Thunderbirds, some Mandela effects in there. And until then, have a nice day. Maybe the love of God in Jesus Christ be with you all. And goodbye for now.